Hey, just jumping right in with an impromptu stream. I've been having a lot of fun lately. Oh man, I'm just... Oh, I've been spotted early. Oh, I've gone through like 6 runs and nobody suspects a thing. I've been busted already. But it started with a somebody was farming the tank trinket off the second boss in Shadow Labs. And I said, hey, I'm PROT, but I do okay DPS, I have a nice DPS set. And he's like, yeah, sure, because I needed the shield off the first boss for my tank set, and he needed the trinket because he already had the shield or had something better. And I do not have the normal time. To get all my stuff ready. I need to juice up. It's so funny that immediately spotted. And like, I'd gotten through all the way through runs, pulling second on damage. Usually there's like a warlock or something that Dude, this... I love doing stuff that, well, maybe not stuff that can't be done, but stuff that, like, people wouldn't expect you to be able to do. And, doing decent damage as protection is on that list. And I haven't had, like, threat problems. And I haven't died once in like 6 runs as a DPS warrior. Too much fun. I love that the fact that I was undercover got busted immediately. Somehow seems appropriate. I actually had to convince people. I'm like, well, thanks for letting a PROT warrior pretend to DPS. And it's like, yeah, you should go back to PROT. It's like, I am PROT. It's like, what do you mean? I'm literally protection. I just had DPS gear on. And then I see like 3 people like target me for, and inspect me. Oops. There's like steady damage, not great damage, but definitely, you know, mid to the top of the pack. I love that I can, like, interrupt, too. I think it's a lot of times when people... nobody really puts the effort into maximizing their DPS as PROT, you know? There's a lot of the same things as if you're tanking. I just don't take that much damage when I do pull, and then I can stun and do other stuff. That whole, like, getting pulled into the combat thing. Stuff is dying very quickly. Which really does go in the warrior's favor, because execute, like, is a little overpowered. I think a lot of the, like, DPS warriors, damage comes from execute. And if you can get the killing blow, which execute is really good at getting you, you get the victory rush, which is also a little bit overpowered. So a lot of what makes a warrior do some pretty good damage is you also have to be ready to jump stances a lot. Needed to macro that. I totally forgot. Had a fight where 2 of the DPS went down. Was it Delilah in Alcatraz? And I got to execute 17 times. What the hell is going on? This is a PROT warrior. Oh, sometimes I love this freaking game. Oh. That was dumb. Went for the whirlwind when I should have executed. I only have, this is also a caster's bane. There's so many... Those spell sucks so much when you're casting. Because they don't cast it, they just put it on, so it's like basically impossible to avoid hitting yourself like at least once. I'm like the first DPS warrior in history to make the tank's job easier. Okay, I don't die and I make the tank's job easier. And instead of getting the other DPS killed, I'm saving them. It's like the opposite of a DPS warrior. Oh man, I have not checked my stream at all. Actually have a brief little breather here. Oh my god. Yeah, I need to do macro, my auto attack up to my devastate. Having to click on stuff. Good. Of course I'm not talking in the part that I check. Now I'm talking. I've noticed, like, I haven't done melee DPS in a while, but, like, tanks are freaking dicks to melee a lot. Like, just dragging them around completely unnecessarily, like, for no benefit. Or just, like, slowly, just, like, tapping backwards to just keep pulling them out of your... their hitbox out of your range. And they're tanking one mob, because sometimes when you're tanking a bunch, it's like, okay, you kind of need to take a few steps back on occasion. God damn it, that was bad. That was bad on me. So yeah, the whole undercover prop thing got ruined at the beginning. It's like, aren't you a tank? Oh my god. Recklessness. Oh my god, recklessness plus. Could have done better with that. Got a late start. It was a fairly high DPS group. For normal. You can get those freaking killing blows. Weird thing is, Fat Bum, he's not too bad tanking. I have a memory of him being a pretty awful DPS, but maybe he found his calling. Or we had enough people told them just stop. If you're gonna move him right after you pull him, that's not on me, that's on you. Okay, where... Lost our tank, I don't know where he's at. I feel pretty good about the way I tank because I do try to not move them unless I have to. And if I pull something, unless I have a good reason, I just leave them right where they're at because it's true for all DPS, but especially ranged. If they don't have to keep moving, they can focus on their DPS. And if they can focus on their DPS, things die faster. I'll be a nice guy. And like, you know, sort of at least half turning the stuff you pull so that the DPS doesn't have to run all the way behind them. And the turning of the mobs for no reason. Like, I suspect it's like a weird passive-aggressive realm where tanks are being dicks to the DPS in advance of the DPS actually being dicks to the tanks. I have to remember, just give up on trying to get that spirit tap on my priest by getting the final kill. If you have a warrior worth his salt. Gonna build up a little bit of rage here. help, guys. It'd be nice to have the set because I have the other ones, but I'm not going to use them over the epic sword. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Not too bad on the menu there. Having the secondary targets to hit kind of boosted me, though. To be fair. Still, I am protection. I will bring up my talent tree. You shift your orientation just a little bit between cleaves. It'll usually cause your secondary target to shift, so you're not hitting the same one every time. And to be honest, I think maybe this mage is terrible. He should be doing better than me. Even in garbage gear. Well, pull them where you want them. Don't pull them and then move them. Like, it's not like you need. And then I'm going to pull them to a spot, and then I'm going to move them over to another spot, and then I'm going to move them to yet another spot. Like, chill out. The mistake a lot of PROT warriors make when they have to DPS is, first off, they don't want to do it. And second off, if you're working at a disadvantage, it's hard. You know, it affects your motivation. And people will go with like two-handers. And it's like you can't. You have a spammable ability called Devastate, which, as near as I can tell, like, doesn't generate the bonus threat if you're not in defensive stance. Like, I really haven't had any issue pulling aggro with it. We don't need those guys, but hey, that's okay. Like, do you want the rage carryover, or do you want that, or do you want the execute? Oh. Pull him. Okay, not sure why I was in defensive stance. Really got on that when I start auto attack on him, I devastate. I wonder if I'm also kind of demonstrating that the DPS specs for Warrior are kind of a joke. Oh my god, you don't need to take him back quite that far. Auto attack get turned off? What is going on? It started where I was just working on there's nothing else here other than the boss. I will build up a little bit of rage for this. Oh my god, I didn't switch stances. Oh. Here's where it's nice to have a bunch of health. Oh my god. Learn to feign death. Yeah, he waits till he runs us all the way over there, and then he feigns death. Of course. Me again! And I didn't get healed from the last time, so probably gonna die. Yeah, I got screwed there. But I suppose if you're going to pick somebody to sacrifice, I was the best option. I was the easiest to keep alive. God damn it. Oh yeah, it's in the reason that I forget the idea you can't DPS this PROT is they go with two-handers, and two-handers you can't spam your devastate with a two-hander. Can he go AFK? Because I haven't done that much. Almost broke my streak of not dying, and I don't know how you score it because we ran Shadow Labyrinth 4 times up to the second boss. Should that count as 2 full runs? So probably 5 runs, so 4 half runs of Shadow Labyrinth, 2 regular runs, and Arcatraz, and then this. So what is that, 6? Haven't died. So glad I put up that battle shout at the end. Occasionally I think I accidentally turn off my auto attack somehow. Oh, this should be fun. Almost want to put on my freaking tank gear and just try to help The one that actually done some stuff too. Plus the freaking swing timer's so slow. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes whether it's going or not. That's true. If you have Devastate, you don't need to show somebody the talents. That's at the bottom of the protection talent tree. Oh, wow. I think that's the first time I've seen the hunter use misdirect. I'm like, that's nuts. And you should be using that like every time it's up, on every pull if possible. Why am I generating no... Try this again. I know if I start eating now... Just put him where I can't get behind him. That's classy. And you're melee. You know better. And when I'm unranged, I do the ads. When I'm on melee, I do this. We have a hunter and a mage. They got this shit. Okay, spamming Devastate, a little boring. Can be honest. But there really isn't a better... Execute spam. To be fair, actually, I don't know. Yeah, they were both switching. It's a job, I'm not complaining. I was just wanted to make sure one of them wasn't... Well, this is going to get ugly. Maybe not. Improved Blizzard is awesome. And recklessness is up. Yeah, I should probably just use it right at the beginning. I know. As soon as I start eating my food buff, he's going to take off. Maybe not. There he goes. Stun. If I hadn't spent half the fight stun, I'd have seen some decent numbers. Well, let's see what the totals were. Yeah, second, you know. It could not be argued I did not pull my weight. Kind of wishing I'd needed on that other fist weapon just for the set, but I know I'm never going to use it. Oh, should I go mech? Let me check. I don't think I've gotten any shit. And I think that was crazy fun. Annoying at points, but I don't know if they actually knew I was protection. I mean, he had to, you know, he had to, like, wow, my sunders seem to be stackling. Like, every time I hit him, I get 2 sunders on the target, so I'm sure Fat Bum knew, but I doubt anybody else did. So, Victory Rush is crazy. Yeah, melee, execute, devastate. Yeah, surprisingly not bad. I mean, that's for a whole run, too. So, this has been Undercover PROT Warrior. I know I'm playing on the Undercover boss meme, which was cool for about a minute or two till you realize it was like all staged and just tapping into, like, you know, that thing where you've worked and be like, you know, if the boss just came out and saw how awesome I was, you know, he'd just reward me. He'd realize how good I was. And it's like just feeding into that thing that like so many people think, but isn't actually the case. So, as I say, this has been Undercover PROT Warrior in Botanica Normal. Thank you all for joining me. You all have